What's up, everybody, and welcome to Unsportsmanlike Conduct. I startled Timmy there. I am Steve. This is episode 13, lucky number 13 of Unsportsmanlike Conduct. After another crazy week in the NFL, they just keep on coming, and people keep on losing money. Although I did not lose one single bet this weekend.
Nice.
Yes, that doesn't mean when Detroit or the Giants or the Jets are on a bye week that no, they didn't lose this week. No, I bet and I won. I did. As always, I got Timmy Tabala right here next to me, aka No Russell Wilson.
I will go on a rant of epic proportions about this.
It's gonna happen, folks. It's gonna happen. Conspicuous by his absence, which is typical, most part, unless he's logging in now, is Mr. AMPM, Dave. We'll be checking in on him throughout the show to see what his thoughts are on certain games. He did go with the Browns last week. Dave won the first. He picked right for the first 6 games. I'm like, oh crap, and then Panthers, Titans, and then the final 5 games, he shit the bed.
What did I do? We'll get to it then.
Yeah, I'm going to do it right now. So okay. Before we get into some of the news and stuff, let's talk about how we're doing as a whole with these picks, with these craziness. Terzio, be nice, Terzio. Be nice. We're going to talk football here. Be nice. So last week, a line took a big jump. A line goes 10-5 last week. He lost the Cowboys game, the Texans game, the Eagles game, all ones that or the last 2 ones that could have gone either way. We'll talk about the Cowboys, the Chargers, and the Seahawks. Those are the games that he lost. So he goes 10-5. Rodriguez and Ed go 9-6, and then myself, Dave, Keith, Tim, Joe, all 8-7.
Wow.
Yeah, Terzio. Yeah, that did just happen. Eric, Tony, Bert, and Kyle all 7-8. Right, so that sets us up for overall standings. In first place, we now have a first place tie.
Ooh,
up at the top here.
Line made it.
Dave and Align, the co-hosts that don't co-host anymore, are in first place. They're at 106-59. I'm in second place. I'm 3 games out. Rodriguez took a step forward. He's 5 out. Timmy, you're 6 out. Ed, 8. Bert and Keith, 10. Kyle's 15 games out. Kyle's had a rough week. Kyle, what? Can we talk about this for a second? Because somebody needs to call Kyle and make sure he's okay. The Cowboys lose to the Raiders on Thursday Night Football. And then I want to make sure the order is correct. He's a Dodgers fan, so he loses both Max Scherzer and Corey Seager in the same day.
And he lost Scherzer to you guys, which is even worse.
Yeah, I put a picture of with the different colored eyes up there, and he responded, I think I need to leave this group. It's too painful. So no, Terzio, me and Timmy are not doing what we did last year. Although Tim, Rodriguez, myself, Align, and Dave are the only ones to 100 victories so far.
I will crawl back. We have 5 weeks left.
Well, 13. So we have 18 weeks. So including this week, we have 6 weeks to go.
I will crawl back slowly but surely.
Got to do it. And then we'll get into some of these crazy games that took place once again. But I want to get into a little bit of news first. Just a couple of things here. This one really doesn't have much impact on league. Seahawks sign Adrian Peterson. He goes to the practice squad. Chris Carson out for the year, so they have Alex Collins and I can't remember the other dude's name, but those guys are not healthy either. So they bring in Adrian Peterson. And we'll discuss some Seattle Seahawks stuff in just a bit. So that was that, and then the big news of the day, I think, is RG3 making headlines today. He's got a tell-all book coming out in summer of 2022. And let me, I just want to make sure I get this right. It's going, all right, so this was his Instagram post on this. Overall, this is going to make us happy, Tim. It's going to make us happy.
I guess that's bashing the Redskins then.
Oh yeah. So this is his Instagram post announcing this. So summer 2022. I'm so excited to announce. This is my RG3 voice. I'm so excited to announce that I wrote a book and it's coming out in August of 2022. It's titled Surviving Washington. Now, every experience I've ever had has made me a better husband, better father, better player, just like all of us, except for the player part. But I want to take this journey I want you to take this journey with me as I walk you through one of the most dysfunctional franchises in all of sports. Going to tell you the truth about what really happened in that playoff game in 2012 against Seattle. I'm going to detail the medical mismanagement that I received during my time in Washington, which was obvious. I mean, the guy rolls his ankle, rubs some dirt on it, get back out there, you running quarterback, you. I'm going to open your eyes to the sexual harassment that permeated the walls of that building and give you a deep dive into a power struggle between one of the most powerful coaches in all of sports and an owner that many of you want gone. Ooh. So that sounds like it's going to be a juicy little blockbuster about a team that we hate. And so let me hear it though. I mean, who better to tell about that era and all this crap that went on than RG3?
I love it. I love it. I love it. I can't wait to hear because Dan Snyder is a real scumbag.
Yep.
So I that's going to be fantastic. I might actually pay to read that. And you know, we're going to have. By the way, I don't know if we did it last week. We have to pull. Well, except for the Giants, really, we're going to have to pull the NFC back out of our done list. Thanks to the Cowboys losing to the Raiders.
Yeah. And you can't really because of what. Well, this is flip flopping all day actually, and since yesterday, the Giants have been going back and forth. Is it going to be Daniel Jones who has a stiff neck? Is it going to be Mike Lennon who can't throw the ball, can't run? I mean, and then they wonder why Barkley can't do anything. You know.
You know what? Let's go with Jake from State Farm. I say we do it. I say we do it. Let's do it.
I don't see why not.
That's what I said. Why not? What can it hurt? No. Oh my God. Listen, I followed that kid. He was on a Netflix show called QB1. He was one of the high school seniors, and he was.
It's on my list.
Yes, watch it because he's actually on there.
Okay.
And they followed him through his senior year. And he's hot. Oh God, shut up. And he's hot.
Oh, I got to hear that about the Packers head coach from my sister. My sister told me about it, and then she starts sending my wife TikToks about him.
He could be your son. So yeah, he was high school senior year, all through the thing, going to Georgia, and I was like, wow, this is actually pretty awesome because it's a year behind. So I looked him up. Okay. Went, holy shit, he's the backup for Georgia. That's cool. Had a decent college career. He bounced around a little bit. Got drafted by the Bills. I didn't see that coming. I mean, the kid's never threw a single pass for the Bills. So, I mean, hey, this is the Giants we're talking about with no offensive line. Throw him out there.
Do it. I mean, that's his dream, right? He wants to play, right?
He wants to play NFL. Guess what, Jake from State Farm? You're in.
He just doesn't want to die in the NFL.
Yeah.
Be on that line.
He doesn't want to die. Exactly.
Terzio says, talking about RG3, but it was going on while he was playing and he chose to keep his mouth shut. Now he wants to tell what a poor excuse this guy is. I'm all for it. I am all for it. Listen, I mean, when he's there, he's still trying to make a name for himself. I don't blame him for not, because once you start talking this and that, teams are going to start making excuses as to why they're not signing you, but it's going to be because you're a pain in the ass.
Look, plus, if it was a nice, organization that was well respected, you're like, all right, this guy's just being an asshole. But it's the Redskins, man. Yeah. We all know they're dysfunctional. We all know Dan Snyder's a jerk. I mean, we all know that. I mean, they're cursed worse than anybody as far as quarterbacks and a franchise. Yeah. I really do think that Native American curse exists.
It could be.
I got they change it. Maybe they'll actually start. A quarterback can survive a 2-year career there.
Yeah. He can.
No, I don't think. I know he wasn't an angel.
But, yeah.
But I mean, come on. If he was in that franchise, yeah, he probably was an asshole too.
Yeah, I'll allow it and I'll enjoy it. Look at Raul. I'd rather have Steve at quarterback than he. Listen, don't be injuring me back there. I need who's going to insure me for that? All right, let's start talking about some of the games that took place on in Week 12, which included Thanksgiving. I did it. I went for the Lions. I did it. No, I lied to you. I lied to you. I lost that bet. I went with the Lion. I went with a 3-team parlay. I went with the Lions. Went with the Cowboys. Went with the Bills. I went with the Cowboys. That was supposed to happen, and then the Lions just figured out a way. DeAndre Swift doesn't get hurt. The Lions win that game.
Yep,
he's a top 10 running back in the league right now. Mostly dump off passes, but I don't care. And then you talk about fantasy. Now you're talking about a top 5 guy who I need to find a way to replace in 2 of my leagues. God, so it's just the worst.
Christian McCaffrey.
Oh yeah. I traded McCaffrey in that other league a long time ago, but. Yeah, McCaffrey's out for the year now. Swift is going to miss several games. So for the bye week this week, who do we have this week for the bye? Titans, Panthers, Browns, Packers. All right, in this newly extended season, how great is it to be a team like the Packers, getting your bye week in Week 13? And what are they, 8-3?
Yep.
8-3, get the bye week. This guy can heal his toe, which, by the way, with whatever's going on with Aaron Rodgers, I thought the toe profile picture was fantastic. I thought it was hilarious.
It was.
So don't lose your sense of humor out there because of the vaccine or anything like that. What he's doing, what he did was funny. What he's doing on the field is pretty damn impressive. We know how important the pinky toe is.
Look,
we know
he's a little out there. We all know he's a little out there. We know he's a little wacky, but he's producing on the field. And yes, that was very funny. I mean, come on, it's a guy enjoying life and having fun playing football. Why is that a bad thing?
And by the way, this guy shat upon the franchise over the entire offseason, right? And then you got all this stuff that's going on. Imagine this guy now wins a Super Bowl here and says, I shat upon this franchise and this and that, and I still won you a Super Bowl, and now I'm leaving.
I wouldn't doubt it now. I wouldn't doubt it. Maybe it's a parting gift. I won you the Super Bowl. Goodbye.
Yeah.
See you later.
All right, so Bears Lions, obviously a bore fest. That first game on Thanksgiving. We have a rooting interest is twofold. We picked the Lions. Kyle picked the Lions. But if Kyle picked the Lions, we should have probably stayed away. That should have been our indicator. Everybody else with the Bears. I know. I'm sorry. My apologies. I apologize. Well, that's it, right? The Lions are going to go. The Lions in a 17-game season going to find a way to go 0-16 and 1.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
All right. Anything that you saw out of that? It was like I said, it was a boring game. Missed opportunities left and right, and that's what bad teams do. They just leave missed opportunities out there.
Yeah, bad game by bad teams. That's why they were on at 12 o'clock.
Jeez, come on. Could have been higher on that draft board. Which, by the way, have you seen 4 Jets, 5 Jets, 6 Giants, 7 Giants, 8 Eagles, 9 Eagles?
It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be a nuts draft.
It's crazy.
Eagles are gonna end up trading out.
Well, that's
for more draft picks.
I was listening. What's the name of that show now in the morning on ESPN with Max Kellerman and who's the other guy?
Oh,
it's
I know you're talking about. I don't know the name.
It's Keyshawn Johnson, Max Kellerman, and I can't remember the other one. But they were talking about the Giants. They were talking about the draft order this morning, and they were saying all 3 of them should dangle one of those draft picks, one of those first rounders, to get a couple of seconds and a first, or whatever, just stockpile. And then they went back and talked about how looking back on it, Saquon's a mistake, and this is a mistake, and that was a mistake, and all this stuff. That they should just stockpile the
I'm
those
sure
three teams.
we'll talk about it on We Stomped You Out, but I feel the same way. If we don't get Aiden Hutchinson or Evan O'Neal, I'd be willing to definitely trade one of those picks to get move down one and then get a couple others further on. I'm definitely okay with that. But those are the two guys that I'm already. The draft is months away.
months.
And I already know who I want. I already know who I want. And if we don't get them,
and you're going to be angry.
Of course.
They also mentioned who's making the picks, and that goes back to us saying that if you're going to fire Gettleman, do it. Do it now. Don't let him sabotage anything go forward. But anyway, so that's the draft as it is right now. Next game up was the Raiders and the Cowboys, high scoring affair. To the Cowboys, for the Cowboys' sake, I mean, they were without Cooper, who was just reinstated from the COVID list. They were without CeeDee Lamb, but they still lost to the Raiders at home. So
the criminals.
Where is Kyle? I must be worried about.
Oh, well, you have no idea the funny chats we get into.
Oh yeah,
because he does is say, "I hate my team. I hate this team."
And Raul,
and then they win. It's like, oh, we're running away with it. Next week, I hate this team. I hate them so much.
Yeah. 1 week he's like, because we said, okay, you're gonna run away with the division. Let's see what happens in the playoffs. Oh yeah, we're gonna do that. And crap, I hate him.
I hate him.
And Raul, he's also a Dodgers fan, and they've just lost a couple big stars over there. So he's like in hiding right now. He probably should go see like West Side Story with Timmy.
I need a date for West Side Story. I told Kyle we're going to sit in Cedar Park, Kyle. I don't play that.
Oh, so funny. All right. Ed, anything that you got to say about that game?
No.
Raiders dead and buried, right? There's no way. He's going through so many things. They're going to lose to the Cowboys? No.
Again, I picked the Cowboys, and that's the game I don't mind losing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. That would be, I mean, I didn't mind losing the money because the Cowboys lost. Pissed me off was the Lions part of it. All right, next up, the Bills right the ship against the Saints. It was the first time, and obviously they're in different divisions, different leagues, but it's the first time since 1998 they beat the Saints. Five straight times. Again, it's
crazy.
Saying 1998 they haven't won since then seems far worse than saying they are 0 for the last 5.
And can I pat us, me and you, on the back real quick? Like this?
Yes.
And people should really take stock. Really, seriously. Because we said before last week, what do they got to do? Run the ball. Run the game. Get that run. And one of the announcers, the first thing they said was, the Bills got to run the ball. I said, you see, we should be on that show.
They watch us.
They should. I'm telling you right now, they do. They watch us. I don't care what anybody says. But yeah, I agree with 100%. And now they got 3 running backs doing their thing.
Oh yeah, but Moss was a healthy scratch, I think.
Yeah,
right?
but Brady's playing very well. He's playing good.
Breida did it for a while in San Francisco. He had a couple of nice seasons there.
And like you said, it's amazing to believe this, but they are fighting for their lives now.
Yeah,
they went from number 1 to number 7 in a heartbeat, and the Patriots won again. So what the hell is going on?
And the only reason why the Patriots aren't the number 1 seed right now is because the Ravens squeaked by the Browns in an awful Sunday night game. Guys, come on. We're fans. The least you could do is put some nice games on.
The Browns are actually like watching yeast rise. They are the most boringest team I've ever seen in my life. And anyone they play turns boring.
It's really... What do the experts see in the Browns? I keep on hearing they have too much talent. Where is it?
No, they
put up 10 points.
They turned on Baker Mayfield real quick. They did, and I know you're happy about that.
See, they should have listened to me too.
See, we're smart on this show, man. Come on,
we are. We know a thing or two about a thing or two. All right, next up, this was a game. The Bucs and the Colts in Indy. Just I feel for him a little bit now. Carson Wentz. You see the meme of him So you're passing the ball. It's kind of in slow motion, and it's ticking back to his Eagles days. But listen. They went toe to toe with the Bucks. My problem with it is that Jonathan Taylor was nowhere to be seen in the first half after going off for 4 or 5 touchdowns the week before. How do you do that? Yeah,
and
they called.
Fournette breaks out for 4. All of a sudden.
The one time I needed to start Brady in that league, I won that game. I was once 1-7 in that league. Now I'm 5-7 with a 40% chance to make the playoffs. Getting there.
Nice, you're getting there.
Getting there. Yeah. So how do you not go back to this guy who scored 5 touchdowns, and then at one point they called 17 straight pass plays.
That's a lot of pass plays. A lot of pass plays.
I don't get it. I don't get it. And then you this is what happens. How many times do you pass the ball? 60 times, and then so now an incompletion that stops the clock. You're not doing it right, guys. That's not the way you do it, especially against a quarterback like Brady or Rodgers or whoever. You can't. You got to run the ball. Take time off.
And take it from somebody who has the Bucks as the defense in one of his leagues. They're not doing shit this year. They're not what they were last year.
You know what team has 7 straight games with an interception?
No.
The New York Football Giants.
Xavier McKinney, baby.
Yes.
The X-Man. Love him.
XX.
He's already my MVP for the entire year already.
All right, so the Colts take a step backwards, but they are the best. What team now? Are they
6-6, baby?
6-6. It's not going to end.
It's not going to end
this year.
They're going to be the best 10-7 team in the league.
Speaking of shitty games, Jets and Texans. Shitty game that the Texans just what are we doing here? What are we doing, Texans?
They handed it over.
Yeah. All right, we don't need to talk too much into that, too much detail into that. Eagles lose to the Giants, which I know it wasn't the prettiest of victories, especially on the offensive side. But I mean, what better way to win a football game on Michael Strahan Day than with the defense, right?
Exactly.
And I don't know about you, I got chills when he did the stomp you out on the stage. It was like like The Rock when he used to come out. Look at his goosebumps.
Yep.
What'd you think about his ceremony as compared to Eli?
I guess,
and Drew Brees was halftime too. So I think what I don't know what the NFL is doing.
Well, Drew Brees was on Monday night though.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a longer break.
So they can do a bigger. Yeah, yep.
And they had a band out there. They had jugglers and shit.
Oh, when the Saints go marching in, how could they not have a band?
But I mean, I guess it was a little better than Eli's because Strahan's just more of a character.
Yeah.
So he came out and energized. Eli's more straightforward, straight-laced. Strahan got the crowd going. He talked a lot of shit, which was great. About everybody. And yeah, then we stomped you out with Armstead and all those guys. So that was fantastic.
Yeah,
so I thought it was better than Eli's, definitely.
And you see the picture afterwards. They're going out to party, and Eli's like in the corner. He's like peeking out. Long overdue, obviously. But glad that it got done. From the game perspective, Hurts was sizzling. He was on fire for 3-4 weeks in a row, and the Giants were able to contain him. But again, on the offensive side, leaves a lot to be desired, my friend.
The line is horrendous. I keep saying it. We've been saying this for 3 straight years. We've been saying it for 10 straight years. They have not addressed this. Again, this past draft, the past offseason, they had the balls to say, we like our offensive line. They're pretty good. No, they're not. Nate Solder should. Oh my God. Even now, when you get the announcers saying how bad he is, and
just do the LA. Just bring out the red thing.
Between him and Billy Price, I want to shoot myself every time. I can't deal with it because and you want to bring Russell Wilson into this mess. You know what's going to happen to Russell Wilson behind this line? He'll die. You know why he'll die? Because he's a little guy. He'll die. behind his line. Enough with the Russell Wilson crap too, but we'll get into that and we stomp you out also. Unless you want to go now.
Russell Wilson.
Unless you want to go now.
I'll save that for you guys for tomorrow, and we stomped you out.
All right.
But I shall be watching. I'll be watching. I can't wait to see the rant.
Russell Wilson's not worth 1 first rounder, let alone 2 people.
You think it's going to be 2?
Let's just leave it at that. Someone predicted that they have to give up their first 2 and then a bunch of others. Are you fucking kidding me?
Well,
are you kidding me?
Oh, Terzio wants Russell Wilson and the Jets.
You can have him. I'll pick him up from the airport and drive him to you. How about that? 32 years old, you're gonna give up 2 first-round picks for him? Are you kidding me? Let it go. Let it go. I'll stick with Jake from State Farm. See what happens.
It's gonna be Daniel Jones. I mean, if you're not gonna, and we'd be fine with it if they can fix the line. Listen, if they can fix the line, and you got those names out there, the talent that we talked about last week on We Stomped You Out, that's a formidable damn offense. If you can protect, Daniel Jones stops staring at the guy.
Yeah, but if you build an offensive line and Daniel Jones still doesn't play well, I'll be the first one to kick his ass out of the game.
Right,
no problem. It's not sticking up for him. It's you got to give the guy a chance. He's got no chance behind it. And look at Barkley too. Look at our running game. It's like we said it last week. It's like how women see the game. Guy touches the ball, runs into the back of people, and falls down.
Yeah.
Barkley looks.
You got nowhere to go.
The reason Barkley looks like he's a bust because he can't run behind this line. You can't do it.
Right.
I can't.
So and then talking about the injuries, and then when they talk about those injuries, then they start bringing in Christian McCaffrey to the mix back-to-back years. Is that starting to take a turn? So, we know what the running back has a small window anyway, and when you cannot fix your offensive line for year after year after year, and
we haven't had a line
GM
since 2011.
Yeah,
and something happened that year. What happened? Oh, that's right.
I wonder what
all that year. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Little connection?
Since then, it was all downhill from there. Patchwork, shitty 30-year-old free agents, stuff like that. You can't do it no more. It's got to stop. I mean, bad scouting.
Soldier
bad scouting, too.
Yeah. But like I said, Nate Soldier might as well just have the Olay. Just let him go by and just scream, Danny, he's coming.
Yeah. Watch it back. Break play. Bust. Just scream.
Scream. All right. Panthers, Dolphins. Dolphins continue to continue to win. We talked about this last week. If they were able to beat the Panthers, which they certainly did, they got the Giants coming up and the Jets coming up, both at home down here in South Florida. Mike Lennon's playing quarterback for the Giants. Steve ain't going. I'm not. Listen, it's not football weather down here. It's going to be 82 degrees on Sunday, and my idea of a wonderful afternoon is not watching Mike Lennon die. Attend Mike Lennon's funeral. He can't run. How is he going to run from the guy who Nate Solder couldn't block?
You think Jones throws the ball out quick? Watch how fast Mike Lennon throws that ball out. Watch how fast.
Now in a quarterback for your Giants, Kadarius Toney.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to jet sweep all game long. By the way, did you notice in the Monday night game, I couldn't stop laughing because they pointed it out. How many steps the quarterback what's the quarterback's name?
For
New Orleans. Simeon? No.
Simeon.
Yeah. That you see how many steps they mentioned it.
Oh yeah.
He's supposed to take like a 3-step drop. He's taking 12 steps. I go, you're giving up 12 yards right there. And every time he did it, I start laughing. I'm like, look, I was rewinding, going 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm like, where is this guy going?
Guess who's not starting this week?
Exactly. Chris Collins, you know what, Chris Collins was. You give him a lot of shit, but he's like, why is he taking so many steps? And I'm like, what is he talking about? Around it? I'm like 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm like, where is he going?
I love when he gets sarcastic.
Then again, maybe Daniel Jones should take 25 steps back, and you know what they should do? That's what they should do. Get the long snapper, put Daniel Jones 20 yards back, Maybe we'll
Yes.
have a shot at connecting with a receiver downfield. I like that idea. Let's
Hey,
call up Joe Judge.
we got to think outside the box here.
Exactly.
And by the way, you saw Joe Judge wanted this guy gone last year, the clapper. So
Freddie Kitchens ain't the answer, but okay,
no,
he's gone now.
but he was, but a better play caller than. Now we're not going to know because we got Mike Lennon back there. So whatever Freddie Kitchens put together for the rest of the season for Danny Dimes, it's out.
Yep, done. You gotta deal with, come on, Jake from State Farm. Let's go, baby. I'm in your corner now, Jake.
Well, yeah. So all right.
Like you said, Mike Lennon will die. Jake from State Farm will probably get back up again eventually.
Yeah. Here we go. I think the Giants are going to be in the dark blue uniform. It's going to be 83 degrees. The Giants are going to die. So and that stadium they built they didn't put a dome over it. They put a roof that has a hole in there. So there's I forgot a certain percentage of the field still has the sun on it. So like what's the
Is it like the Cowboys that have that one beaming window that comes in? It looks like the Ark.
It's a roof though.
When Indiana Jones is getting the fire, the Ark of the Covenant, that beaming light that comes in the field. I'm like, why is that beaming hole there?
No, it's I actually covered the unveiling of what the Dolphin Stadium was going to look like as they were doing the construction on it. And I don't remember who it was. I was like, what was the reason for leaving the spot for the whatever percentage was? And they said, well, those mid to late December games and into January. And I'm like thinking, man, the hell was the last time the Dolphins played in Miami in January?
January. Look,
and by the way, last 2 weeks of December, so 2 weeks of the season. That's the reason why you did it.
Yeah. In January, but you're very confident you're getting home field advantage.
Yeah.
It's like you're very confident.
How many years ago was that? That was what, like 2015 or so? So 6 years and still no January football. But they did take care of business, and we'll talk about Giants, Dolphins a little bit later on when we do our picks. Titans and the Patriots. I mean, there was nothing. There was no way that the Titans were going to win this game. They're hobbled. They did sign what's his name off the practice squad and went off for a 60-some-odd yard touchdown. But the Patriots are in this groove right now. I hate it. I cannot believe that 1 year of being bad and now here they freaking go again, and they're going to be the one damn seed, right? They're going to wind up being the one seed. They're going to get that stupid first round bye. And it's going to be the Patriots and the Bucks in the Super Bowl. That's what's going to happen.
I'll call fix. I'll call shenanigans.
For sure.
I will call shenanigans.
Absolutely. But I think that we're finding out that maybe it was both of them that did a damn good job there, because we talked about, we'll find out it's the coach. All right, the coach had one rough year. The quarterback was able to kind of talk certain guys into coming over. So I feel like in that first year, Brady had more control over the roster than Belichick did in Patriot land. Mm-hmm. But now both are doing well.
I'm not shocked though. But the Patriots too. It's funny because I cannot name one player on that team.
Mac
Jones. and we'll never know if he's the best quarterback of the draft, because he is the best quarterback out of that rookie class already. And again,
right now,
is it because of Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick? Yeah, I think so. I think that's exactly. Maybe if Trevor Lawrence went there, he'd be the number one guy right now. Who knows?
And if you put Mac Jones on the Giants right now, he'll die.
Dead. He'd be dead.
Did you hear him start calling him and Belichick Mac and Cheat?
Oh,
Mac and Cheat. Cheat. It's great. And the first time they were like, Mac and Cheese. What is that? No, Cheat. All right. Titans and the Patriots. Steelers and the Bengals. Here, I don't know what the Ben just looked like he did week 2. I apologize a little bit to Ben over the weeks, because when he had a couple of seconds to throw, he was fine. But here's my thing in this game, Timmy. He was still in the game with 2 minutes left.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you know
I don't
what
know what
they're
goes
talking
through these
about?
coaches. I don't get these coaches' minds nowadays with that. But that's just something they don't do in football really anymore.
Right.
How many people actually pull their quarterbacks? Not many.
But it's well in this case. Somebody joked around about it, but they were like, maybe Tomlin doesn't want to have a conversation with Ben about his declining, play. Maybe he just wants him to get hurt so he could just say, "I got hurt. I got to retire." It's like it's not me, it's you when you break it up with somebody.
Ooh, your leg's broken. Your leg's broken. Sorry, we're gonna draft.
So you can't play next week.
We're gonna draft quarterback.
All right. Yeah, Ben looked awful, and the Bengals looked good, really really good. And do you see Burrow after the game? They asked him about beating the Patriots, beating the Steelers twice, and he gave a I thought a solid answer. He said, our main concern is not beating the Steelers twice. It's our aspirations are a lot more than that. Good. And then they're 5-5-1. 5-5-1 with the Steelers are not like this juggernaut. Big Ben is certainly not.
They show their brief, great, good team, and then they fold real quick.
Right. You tie with the Lions, and then there goes your season.
Yeah, there goes your season. That's horrible.
Speaking of seasons I wish would just go, the Falcons beat the Jags, and the Falcons won't go away. Are the Falcons a 7 seed? Let me swear to God if they make the playoffs, Tim. I swear.
I don't know why you hate them so much.
I don't know why. It was more that some of these
they were hyped up.
They were being hyped up but I didn't get for what the Falcons. The Falcons are in the 9th. They're tied for the 7 seed. Fuck. Along with Washington and Minnesota and New Orleans. So there's 5 teams? 4-way tie for the 7th seed. It's all bungled up together. The difference between the 11th seed and the 4th seed is 3 games. The entire playoff look could be completely different in a few weeks.
Well, that's why we said too. There's no team that's just like, nope, they're definitely going to win. Nope, they're like, like at the beginning of the year we were dead set. Buffalo, Tampa, whatever. You had these. Now it's just like I don't know. I have no idea who's going to win. No clue. And I kind of like it. I kind of like not really knowing because, like I said, look at the Bucs. They lost 2 straight. They haven't looked good in a couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. The Bills are a big question mark as of right now. The Titans folded already. The Bengals were like the hottest team in the league. They lost 2 straight. Now they go in again, but they're like, oh, well, maybe.
Chargers.
And there's the goddamn Patriots at number 1 again. It's like, what is going on with the world?
The boring-ass Ravens. Just looking. Go ahead.
No, I said the boring-ass Ravens.
Oh.
So it's like...
Ugh. Chris Summers, the Patriots Super Bowl contenders, they're going to beat the Bills Monday. John, that's a new name. John Farr. Watch out for Washington. You just don't know. I don't. As I look at would you be surprised if somehow the Minnesota Vikings found their way to the Super Bowl?
No.
I wouldn't be anymore.
Look how good. I mean, I put that meme up. We all make fun of Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
The dude's got the best touchdown to interception ratio in the league.
Was he 22-3?
Really well. Yeah, he's playing really good. The offense is dangerous. It's the defense that's a little suspect, but they are playing really good. I'm telling you, I would not be surprised. It's just going to be one. This feels like it's going to be the year where that one team who gets hot the last 2-3 weeks and is going to steamroll right through the playoffs. Kind of like a hockey team would. A hockey team, sometimes they get real hot at the end and just boom.
Well, that's why
1s and 2s.
Wild card teams do so well in baseball. The Giants in that first Super Bowl run, they went off and they just stayed hot through the playoffs, 11 straight. Tampa will be there.
It's all on
hurting, but you can't count out the greatest ever. So what? Okay, Tampa. So Chris, is it going to be Tampa and the Patriots in the Super Bowl?
Of course, because Chris' head would explode if it was the Patriots versus Tom Brady. His head would explode.
Yeah,
he's a big Patriots guy.
I'm thinking John's a Washington football team fan. It's everybody laughs at Washington, but they're finally playing as an entire team.
I'm still laughing at
They
Washington.
are, and this guy if Chase didn't get hurt, then who knows? I mean,
And
Green Bay,
I
Georges.
don't believe in Heineke yet.
Heineke.
Is he their quarterback of the future? I don't know. Maybe not.
Especially if he could play Tampa. If he could play Tampa every week, he'll be fine. Terzio said the funny thing about Washington Football Club, they remind me so much of the Baltimore Orioles. What, every NFL team is going to be the Orioles today. Terzio.
He just has to. He can't stop bringing up baseball.
What would you do here, Chris? Look, he says, I don't know who I would go for.
You got to go with the Patriots. You can't go with Tom Brady.
It's about the name on the front, not the name on the back.
Exactly.
That's what they say.
Haven't you ever seen any Disney movie or any feel good? Ever see what's it? Miracle.
Yeah.
The name on the front's a hell of a lot more than the name on the back. So come on now.
Absolutely.
You gotta
go. Yeah, so like the 49ers, we didn't think the Rams were going to be a 5 seed. They're 5 seed now. Dallas is the 4 seed.
Yeah, look, Dallas
top
folded.
3.
Rams folded. It's like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, the top 3 has been solid.
How do you add the players that the Rams did and get bad?
3 straight. They haven't won since they got what's his name from Denver. They haven't won.
Yeah, who they get before that too? They got Odell. They got Von Miller. And who was the guy right before them? They got. We were like, oh, it's over. Who the hell was that? Raul, help me out. You're our fact checker. Who they picked up? They picked up another Pro Bowler. Shit.
Before Von Miller?
Before Von Miller and Odell.
Well, you see, Aikman is saying the super team thing never works in the NFL, and he's bashing the Rams.
Okay, super team.
Emmitt Smith,
Michael Irvin,
Troy Aikman,
Novacek, one of the best defenses in the offensive line. Look, I hate the Cowboys, hate them with a fucking fiery passion. But that offensive line was probably you put that line, Daniel Jones behind that line, he's a Super Bowl winner.
Oh yeah, hell yeah,
he's a Super Bowl. That's why I don't give Emmitt Smith any credit because that offensive line was fucking phenomenal. And they had Novacek coming out. They had Moose. I mean, come on now. It was a great team.
You mean that Cardinal, right? Emmitt Smith?
Yeah, that Cardinal, Emmitt Smith.
Yeah. John says, Frank, you must be a Cowboys fan. He's not a Cowboys fan. He's a Jets fan. He's a Jets fan. All right, let's get through the last couple of games here, and then we'll turn our attentions to Week 13. But before we get to Week 13, I want to start fresh with a fresh list of our eliminations. I want a redo of that, so we'll do that. Rams at Packers. I'm sorry, Chargers at Broncos. Chargers pulled another Chargers. I don't know what's gotten into the Denver Broncos, but they are now tied for the 7th seed with the Chargers. Imagine the Chargers missed the playoffs. What in the world? But the AFC is even more crazy than the NFC.
It is.
From the 12 seed, I'm sorry, from the 13th seed to the number 1 seed is 3 games.
Which is absolutely insane. There's no runaway team right now.
The Dolphins are 3 games out of the 1 seed at 5-7. They're the 13th seed right now.
So they could literally be in the 1st seed within 2 weeks.
Yeah,
make that jump if the right teams lose.
Yeah,
that's
if the right teams. Yeah, it would have to include the Patriots.
Wow.
Not the Bills are the 6th seed, and those they get 3 teams tied for the 4 seed. The Chiefs, the Bengals, and the Bills. They're all tied. It's going to be
it's going to be fun.
This
is why I don't feel so bad about doing bad on my picks this year, because this is just a clusterfuck of a year.
every single week, Tim. There's not been one normalize, correct itself.
No, every week there's one team that's like, how did you lose that game? How did you lose that game? Where every bookie in the country is going, yes.
Hell yeah, that's what they're doing, and I'm one of the victims. So Broncos win. Chargers take another step back. Rams at Packers. Like we said, the Rams have lost three straight games. This guy's dealing with 4 different injuries. Stafford, he's got a shoulder, an elbow, a back, and an ankle or something like that. And the back is what's giving him the most problems. So I don't know what they're gonna do to get the ship righted, but they're gonna have to do it mighty quickly here, or else they're gonna fall. They can fall out of contention also. Where are they at? They're the 5 seed. They're the 5 seed, but they're 2 games away from being the 12 seed. Nuts. All right. So we got that game. Rodgers does his thing. How does Aaron Jones come back? They said 3 to 4 weeks, and he's back within a week, looking fine. Look good.
Look real good.
I don't think Stafford's overrated, George. I don't think so. I don't think he had a chance to play on a good team until this year, and he's out there. But how many picks? He threw 1 pick. Did throw for 3 touchdowns, but still, and now.
But he is getting situations. He's getting banged up though.
Yep.
And that line of what happened to that offense, they're banging him up very good.
And now their running back their running backs are dinged up.
Yep.
So, all right, yeah. So it's dealing 4 different injuries. Browns, Ravens, we talked about a little bit. Boring, bore fest, snooze fest. As was the Monday night game. The Monday night game was a snooze fest too. So between the Bears and Lions on Thursday, and then sandwiched in with the Seahawks and the football team, the Seahawks look like a mess out there. How the hell, this was a team that was going to the playoffs. It was supposed to be all 4 teams in it in the West, and they've really fallen off.
Yeah, and this guy throws an interception on a 2-point conversion, and that's okay. But if Daniel Jones did it, it'd be the end of the world. Give me a break. Listen, this is going to be a good year. Russell Wilson, gone. Pete Carroll, gone. That whole team is done after this year, and I love it.
Likely. Yeah.
Blow it up. Stupid fluorescent green uniforms. Morons.
All right. Let's do this. I'm going to start from the bottom up in each conference really quick. We're going to eliminate some of these disgusting, nasty teams. Might be our team, but let's catch up real quick. Chris says it was Tom Brady's fault why the Seahawks are done.
Chris can get Tom Brady into anything. Anything. He'll find a way to squeeze Tom Brady into any conversation. He's not there when the Seahawks are done.
Teresa said, "Be nice to Pete Carroll, please."
No, Pete Carroll's horrible. Pete Carroll's a horrible coach. He was good in college.
He does have a lot of fun back there, though.
Yeah, him and his gum chewing moron.
Too much, right? It's so annoying. And every single time they show him,
he overdoes it. He overdoes it on purpose.
Man, look at this guy.
Oh, he'll squeeze him into anything.
It's just boom. Anything. What? Oh, was it Giants? Is that Brady too? No. Giants. Pete Carroll can manage the Yankees. All right, let's eliminate some people. Timmy,
Sergio, don't do it.
Don't do it, Sergio. Let's stay football focused.
I kept calm yesterday. I'm keeping calm now.
All right, so we got the Lions. They're eliminated.
Eliminated.
We are
not talk about the show anymore.
Eliminating the Seahawks.
Done.
Yes, 3-8.
Done.
Eliminate the Seahawks. We're eliminating the Chicago Bears.
Done.
Holy crap! The Seahawks are 3-8 with a negative 17-point differential, and the Bears are 4-7 with a negative 75.
Wow, that's crazy.
And a one win difference. Let me write this this very official list. The Bears will eliminate the New York Football Giants.
Yes, we will.
At 4-7, we take We don't give any free passes on the show.
Nope. We're not homers.
Now, I think that's it for the NFC, even though there are other teams that I believe that are quickly going to be eliminated, like the Carolina Panthers, but you just can't do it yet. They've got 5 wins, and the number 4 seed has 7. You can't do it.
You can't do it yet.
Just can't. All right, let's move to the AFC. Jacksonville.
Definitely. They were gone week 1. They were done.
You gone. Houston.
Gone.
You see what I did to you a few weeks ago, and I called you Tappy?
No.
Remember I called you Tappy?
Oh,
I would say Tim and Happy at the same time?
Yeah.
So, what is Scam Newton? I wrote some, I don't even know what the hell I wrote.
My favorite.
I don't even know what
my favorite meme, by the way, last week was Chris, because Chris brought it up. Cam Newton talking to the bench, going, "I'm back." You know, he did the "I'm back" thing, and now he's talking to the bench. "I'm back." I was like, "That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect."
I think the one I saw was I think I shared. I suck. What do you have? 5 completions? God. But he was the savior the week before, right?
Yeah, he's garbage. He's been garbage.
It's over. We will eliminate the New York Jets. I'm sorry, Terzio. Jets are gone. And with that, do we go out on a limb here and say the Pittsburgh Steelers are eliminated? We can do that. We can go out on that limb, but they've got 5 victories. The Dolphins are actually the next team at 13th, but they're 5-7. They got the Jets and Giants coming up.
Who do the Patriots have left? Who do the Pittsburgh have left?
Oh, let's see. I'm going to do this. I love to do this. The Steelers' schedule remaining is they got the Ravens
done
this week.
Done.
The Vikings the week after.
Done. They're done.
The Titans the week after that. The Chiefs.
Yeah. Let's eliminate them.
Then they got the Browns.
Ooh.
They could win that game maybe. That's January 3rd, and then this is weird to say, on January 9th, the playoffs won't start, but they go to Baltimore to play the Ravens.
2 games against Baltimore, they're done.
Yep. So should we do it?
Eliminate them.
You make the call. That's it. Steelers are out.
They're out.
We have so the first time in the history of this show, in its first season, we are eliminating the 12 seed, but we are leaving the 13 seed alone. That's what we're doing right now. Sorry, you'll understand it. You don't have to understand it, but it's the right thing to do. Chris Summers says the Bills are not winning. The Patriots are going to beat them for the division, and then they'll be done. It's Mac 10 season.
Chris, they're going. I'm going out on a limb. I'm saying they're going to split the games, so it's still going to come down to that last week. I think. I'll take the Bills at home and the Patriots at home.
Yeah. Yeah, that's our logical, or at least that's what we tell ourselves, right?
That's what we tell ourselves.
Let's take a brief detour to fantasy football and talk about the league that we have here. I asked Bert if he was going to be able to join us today. You know, he's working tonight, but he said, please mention my victory from last week, so I will. What happened last week?
I lost to Kyle.
You did?
I lost to Kyle. Listen, no. Look, I won 7 straight.
Brady did it to you.
No, everyone did it.
13?
Every one of my guys had a bad game. We're talking Jefferson, Brady, McCaffrey. Everyone was bad. So you know what? I deserve to lose. I'm not going to talk no crap. I'm not happy that I lost to Kyle, but hopefully I got it.
You kept the season alive, I think. All right.
Hopefully I got it out of the way now. This way
Yes.
I can go back to winning and hopefully making make a run.
So I guess I caught this guy on a good week. I won 160 to 72. He had his number one scorer was Dalvin Cook, and he got hurt with 14, and then his third leading scorer was the Patriots defense. Rodriguez continues to win. Third and Schlong goes down.
No, auto drafting continues to win. Rodriguez doesn't do shit.
He's got he had Stafford. Stafford lost, but he put up 49 fantasy points. So there's the difference. There's the fantasy world and there's not so fantasy world. Antonio Gibson with 28.6 points. Hunter Renfrow, who I had on my bench in one league, 26.6. So Rodriguez goes to 7-5. Third and Slong goes to 6-6. My opponent, Team Crushers, goes to 5-7. I go to 9-3. Yes. Yeah, you mentioned we won't go too much into. I cannot believe the Stugatz Army won. They're 5-7 now. Timmy 8-4, and then Brian Hom sucks. His team is decimated. They lose 130-79. The Yeast. He put Beckham in his lineup. Got 27 fantasy points. All right, let's look at the standings real quick here. In
Frank,
our division,
Frank, I don't do baseball. I don't have patience for baseball. I only do fantasy football. I don't have the patience for any other sport. So you can go head to head with yourself if you'd like.
But I do like fantasy baseball better. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the length of time. And I
tell you what, join their league this year, so I can make fun of you when you.
It's a $500 entry, Terzio. All right. So I lead the pack at 9-3. I am in the playoffs. 100% chance. Playoff percentage. The Savages. That guy right there. 8-4, 1 game out. They are in the playoffs. Rodriguez at 7-5, 2 games out. That team is in the playoffs. 100% chance. Stugatz Army and the Team Crushers at 5-7. The Crushers are now projected at a 0% chance. I can't even say there's a chance. 0% chance to make the playoffs. Stugatz Army still has a 24% chance. So, and this is going to get interesting. This is almost as close as the real NFL. So in the other division, you got Third and Slong, Ed, and F the Commish. Yeah, it's going to make me say that on all these shows. That's producer Joe. They're tied in first place. That's the AFC over there. 6-6 in first place. Making it to the playoffs. Those two, they are in the playoffs. If they lose another game, they can both be going to the playoffs at 6-7. Bert
it's like the real NFL.
Exactly.
We're gonna have under 500 teams in the playoffs.
Yeah, and remember the Seahawks 7-9 that 1 year. Terzio's flaunting the cash. He put $3,000 down on the Mets tickets. 500 is like 25 cents. All right, so for you, we gotta counter that. So for you, it's $1,000 entry.
There you go. I like it.
Bert and Dave, neither one of them are here today. They are tied at 5-7. Bert has Kyle, Bert, and Dave are all tied at 5-7, heading into the final week of the fantasy season, regular season. And right now it's Bert with a 54% chance to make the playoffs, and this is based on roster and who their opponent is, and we'll get into that. Stugatz Army has a 24% chance. Even you could have driven him out, Timmy.
I wish I tried.
Could have eliminated him.
I had a bad week this week. All my guys had a bad week.
They still have a 24% chance of getting to the playoffs, and then Yeast Rising has a 22% chance. Listen, this is just like the spreads. I bet if you take Baker out, I'm sure he's got Baker Mayfield on his team. Take him out, put somebody else in there, you get launched 78%. So heading into this week's matchup, I have F the Commish. Won't impact his playoff hopes because he's got the tiebreaker over the other two. Stugatz Army needs to win. He's going against Rodriguez.
Ooh, that's a rough one. Auto drafter versus Kyle.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm on root for on that one.
And Rodriguez has whenever you auto draft, there's some more difficult decisions to be made because he wound up with Herbert and Stafford, and that just drives me nuts. And then if he would have started Herbert last week and he wound up with 49 points to Stafford, just like that's the worst. Fantasy sucks.
Yep.
You have a meaningless game against the Crushers. Doesn't matter win or lose, but
I want to win.
Look at this shit. This is the way life works here. Stugatz Army has that. They're going to be scoreboard watching, but the game of the week,
Ooh.
Bert and Dave.
Oh,
Bert and Dave.
Two members of the Just Too Sweet show.
The Just Too Sweet show. I want to see if any. So let me bring this up because I want to see if there's anybody on a bye this week that's big on their teams that they'll be missing out on. So, all right, Yeast Rising. You started Cam Newton last week. What did you do? How many points? He had 6 points. Dave, cut him.
How is he in first place in our pick'em?
You have Kirk Cousins and Carson Wentz on your bench, and you started Cam Newton. Turn over your fantasy football card right now.
Kick him out of the picks league. Kick him out of
everything. You're out. He's got the Panthers defense on a bye, but not much else. I think both teams can. He's got Alvin Kamara, so he might be coming back this week. And then on the other side, you got Bert's team. He's got Pat Mahomes, and he's got Saquon. Those would be two great choices, but this year, he's got Leonard Fournette. He's got Pittman, great. Marvin Jones, he's the guy in Jacksonville. Mike Gesicki from the Dolphins. Damian Harris, the running back from Pittsburgh, the Patriots. Van Jefferson, who I like in that stacked Rams offense. Cardinals defense against Chicago. Bert might have the upper hand here.
I'm going with Bert.
On the other side, he can start Cousins or Wentz.
Let's pick this game. I'm picking Bert.
Yeah, well, I need Kirk Cousins going against Detroit. So once you and Carson Wentz is going against Houston, that's a tough decision for him to make. Also, but he's got Melvin Gordon, who tweaked a couple different things. He didn't practice today. Tevin Coleman, who is filling in for the injured, what's his name, from the Jets. McLaurin, Waddle, Knox, Lockett, who's come back. Thank you, Lockett, for coming back to us. Odell Beckham. So I still think I got to go with Bert here, but I need to find out who Dave is starting. So we'll keep you posted. Maybe I might even start posting these in the group in the Facebook group.
I think you should do a 3-team parlay. Bert, the Dolphins, Bert, and that's not far away.
No. It's not.
That's when we have to get you the intervention, when you start betting on stuff like that. Tim,
you can bet on it. I will never bet on it, but you can bet Madden games. You can bet all this esports stuff.
I've seen some wacky stuff out there.
Yeah. All right, let's get to this week's matchup. We head into week 13 with
pick time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 8 teams have been eliminated by us. Really, no teams have been eliminated in the real world.
Yep.
Thursday night, the Dallas Cowboys coming back at full strength, I think. And then you had Jerry Jones coming out and saying, I think Zeke is going to have a big game. I think he's going to have a big workload. So what do you do? Mike McCarthy. Here's the other thing that they were talking about, that Sean Payton has a home in Dallas and might want to leave New Orleans, potentially coach Dallas. And they said Jerry Jones picks the biggest name out there available at the moment. They went on to say the Cowboys could win the Super Bowl and they might still fire him to get Sean Payton because he wants to make the big splash. But we'll start with you on this one. Cowboys at the Saints. Cowboys are 4.5-point favorite. And Vegas came out with this little nugget. Home field advantage has been changed this year because there ain't no home field advantage. So this is Vegas adjusting on the fly. It used to be 3 points for home field. It's now 1.5. So they cut that in half. Not that that's a big deal. But who you got in this one?
Dallas Cowboys.
Can I just say? Yeah, I'll just say ditto.
As long as you heard it.
I'll say ditto.
Listen, when the Saints quarterback is taking 75 steps back, Kamara's, half whatever that he is, and their defense is shit. Yeah, I gotta go. Yeah, because
Kamara's a hip, right?
Yeah.
He's got the hip thing, and so Simeon. Yeah. All right, Giants,
Dolphins. I hate to say it, but listen, Daniel Jones playing, I'd probably go Giants. He's not playing, I gotta go. It's my Dolphin, by the way.
Yeah. I got to go with the Dolphins also. They're playing great football. Can't say anything about that. Tua's looking better. Yeah, I won't say anything else, so I won't get more depressed. But the Dolphins are a 3-point favorite there, which could change drastically if Mike Lennon is announced as the starting quarterback.
Listen, Daniel Jones should not play no matter what. If he's hurting at all, sit the guy.
But this is a case of he slept on his neck wrong, right? Did he just slept wrong?
Yeah, I think it was something. Yeah, but you know what's going to happen too? Let's say the Cowboys lose. Now they're going to start seeing, well, we could still win this division. Daniel Jones should really be out there. Last year all over again. Daniel Jones should be out there playing this week. So you just never know.
And who's going to Dallas Giants?
Yep.
So you just never know.
No, that's why I can't go there on Sunday. All right, Colts and the Texans in Houston. Colts are favored by 9.5.
You know who I'm going with, the best 6-16 football in the league.
That's the way to do it.
Colts, baby.
You think they might use their elite star running back maybe this week in the first half?
Maybe they might try that this week.
By the way, clear-cut favorite for the number 1 overall pick next year is Mr. Taylor, barring King Henry coming back and doing his thing in the playoffs. We'll see what happens there. Next up, the Vikings. Will the Vikings find a way to lose to the Lions? I want to see what, because I think I thought I did this last week. I didn't see any other potential, and that's why I went with the Bears. But opponents: Vikings, Broncos, Cardinals, Falcons, Seahawks, maybe, but it's in Seattle. I don't know, and then the Packers.
They're losing.
I don't see
the only way they're winning the Packers is the Packers are the number 1 seed and they're resting all their players.
Yeah,
only way they're beating them. So
maybe it's Seattle. Who knows?
Maybe. You never know.
And on the road, they can go into Seattle and beat them. All right, easily going the Vikings here. You remember last week, Tim? There was the highest spread was 5.5 points. So you already seen larger than that, 9.5, 7 here. Next up. Let me make sure I'm going in the proper order here. Where the hell are the Eagles? There you go. Eagles heading to play the New York Jets. The Eagles are a 6.5-point favorite here. Now,
you think the Eagles went home? They just played at MetLife.
Yeah, they just stayed there.
Nah, well, Philly's not far. They probably took the train and took the train back.
It was like the Broncos. That they were the team that opened.
Yeah,
was that the team?
The Broncos, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
They beat the Giants and the Jets, yeah.
Giants, Jets, and Jacksonville. All right, so we're rooting for the Eagles to win this game, I think.
Are we?
Based on picks? Are we doing it that way? Or are we going to go back a couple of seconds to what you were saying? We still got a chance. We just eliminated them.
Well, I mean, based on that,
no, we're never actively root for the Eagles or the Cowboys. No. We'll just hope that the other team loses.
I'd root for their bus to crash on the highway, but I wouldn't root for them to win. But they're going to win this game. Yeah, they're not happy they lost last week in MetLife. They're not going to lose 2 in a row to the green team.
Is this true? Ever? Like ever?
Forever. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Terzio, you've never beaten the Eagles? What's going on there? Not even butt fumbles? Not even those years were good? All right. Cardinals at the Bears. They don't need him, but Kyler Murray might be back this week. He's missed 4 games now, but against the Bears, definitely not needed. Let's go, Arizona. Let's go. Keep on moving up, baby.
That's what I want.
All right, we both got the cards here.
Yes, sir.
Can't go any other way here. All right, here's one that earlier in the year. By the way, Arizona's a 7.5-point favorite there. Earlier in the year would have been this huge, massive matchup, but these based on last week and for the Chargers the last few weeks, kind of going in opposite directions. The Bengals have it, Mixon and all these guys, and the Chargers have these guys too, but they find their way to lose. So we got a new quarterback from previous years. You know who I'm talking about there, and yet same results. Figure out a way to lose in Denver. Okay, well, challenge accepted. But this week they're in Cincinnati. For me, just based on the way the two teams are playing and the matchups, I'm going with the home team and the Bengals here.
So am I. I like the Bengals.
The Bengals, they get a great wide receiving core.
Oh, see, if the Giants trade for Russell Wilson and they give up 2 first-round draft picks, I have to switch teams until Russell Wilson leaves. So maybe I'm either going to go with the Texans or the Bengals. I haven't decided yet. But they're like two teams that really make no significance to me. So it'll be one of those teams, though, if the Giants give up 2 first-round picks.
The Bengals are a fun team to watch.
Yeah, I like their little tiger pattern, and I like the Texans' colors. So it's going to be one of those teams.
You can't root for the Texans.
Why not?
Did you be as or more miserable than rooting for the Giants?
That has nothing to do with it. It's not about me. It's just someone else to watch. Because I will not watch the Giants if they trade 2 first-round picks. I won't watch them if they trade 1 first-round pick for Russell Wilson.
Really?
No. He's 32 years old.
I think I would root for I think if I had to root for a different team, I think it would be the Cardinals.
There you go. See, I leave the conference completely. I can't root for the NFC team, so I'm going to go right to the AFC.
Yeah, the Cardinals have never done anything now, and we won in their stadium. We won the Super Bowl there.
I like the Texans. I like the Texans.
I know Rodriguez would be 49ers, and we clearly know that Keith, it would be the Dolphins.
I would never root for the 49ers. There's too much bad blood there.
For me, that's too much. And, of course, Keith is a very quiet Dolphin fan deep down inside.
Plus, if I root for the Texans, I can still hate the Cowboys with a passion because they don't like Battle of the Texans.
That's true.
I'll get me a fucking Cowboy
There's logic.
hat. I'll get me a cowboy hat. Oh, my God.
It was it come in gallons, right?
I'll get a 50-gallon hat. 50, like Dumb and Dumber. With the Texans logo on it, with Cowboys stuff written on it. That's what I'll do.
Raul, I've seen that. Go Vegas. I don't know if I could.
They're too dysfunctional. Only reason I'd root for them is because they play in a place called the Death Star. I got to get that Star Wars reference in there. It's the only reason I'd root for them. Other than that, Texans, baby.
I'm trying to think. You guys got that, right? Timmy's not a fan of Russell Wilson coming to the Giants.
No, a 6th-round pick.
Okay.
I'm all good with that. I'll take.
What about 3rd-round pick? 2 third-round picks.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay, all right.
I'll be fine with that. You get
and
any higher than no.
I try to sneak it in there. No.
No one's in there. Not even a 2. We're talking 3rd and lower.
We'll see what Gettleman's replacement says. What did he decide? That Timmy might hate Gettleman's replacement if that's the first move that he makes more than Gettleman. Oh boy! All right. Next up, the Bucks. The Bucks head to Atlanta. Hey Tim, let me ask you a question.
I know you're going for.
Let me ask you a question. If there's a team, okay, let's say the Eagles, right? You hate the Eagles. Do you then hate all of the teams there? I hate for me. I don't really like the Falcons. Have never done anything to us. I don't really hate the Falcons. I hate the Braves, and therefore I hate Atlanta, and I hate the Falcons, and I hate the Hawks. Well, the Hawks beat the Knicks in the playoffs last year.
Well, don't forget, I am one of the rare people. I hate the Bruins. I hate the Red Sox. I'm a Celtic fan, though.
Except for the one.
Go figure that out.
You should go listen to Bill Simmons.
Yeah, that's because I refuse to change teams. But yeah, I despise the Bruins and I despise the Red Sox. So, I mean, it happens. But no, I don't hate the whole city. I don't really hate the whole city.
I considered, and people know this, I really closely considered not rooting for the Knicks anymore. Which, I mean, if you're a guy who's taking care of your health, you would stop rooting for the Knicks at some point. But it was after LeBron went to the Heat. It was because it was 3 years in a row of the stupid New York media saying LeBron's gonna, the king on the back page of the Post, like 3 years before free agency, and then I'm taking my talents to the Heat.
And what did that do? That launched the super team.
Yeah.
Now you can't win without a super team anymore.
Can't do it.
So, I'll blame the Celtics for that, but it's really LeBron's fault.
Terzio, are you?
I hate the Eagles, but I don't mind the Phillies, and I hate the Redskins, but I don't mind the Nationals. They don't bother me. They're other conference teams. Like I don't even think about them. I think it's
more. I think it's more. Well, for me, okay. So for Washington, the Nationals are in my division. The Eagles are in the Flyers.
So you're actually
Flyers. Yeah. I just crossed them up, but and then Phillies. It's the Phillies, it's the Eagles, it's the It is the Flyers, and then with basketball, it was always the Heat because the Knicks Heat rivalry back in the day. Well,
I just happen to hate the Maple Leafs because they're a rival, and I don't like the Blue Jays because they're a rival. But I don't give a shit about the Raptors.
Right.
I don't even consider them a team. Who cares?
But Toronto is in my division, so I really dislike it. So, but I was thinking about this actually months ago. Terzio is a Nets fan. I don't know if we can allow him on our broadcast anymore. Did you just call the Knicks the baby Nets? I don't care if the Nets win 3 straight championships. The city is the Knicks. It is what it is. The Knicks have sucked for how long, and it's still the Knicks. The Garden is still what gets packed. You guys in Brooklyn getting less attention. But this is a football show.
The teams in the AFC, I don't care. That's why I would jump to the AFC. Baseball, I don't care about the National League, which is why the Mets don't bother me, Terzio. That's why you can't hurt me, Terzio. You can't do it. It doesn't matter to me. So, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't, that's all, whatever. I like Tampa Bay.
I hate Atlanta. Let's go Bucks. Let's go Bucks. Oh, boy, do I hate Atlanta. And did I ever tell you a couple years ago I went to Atlanta on business, and my boss said, nobody tell Faraci where we're going for dinner. I'm like, okay. And I see the stadium from a distance, get closer and closer to the stadium. Hey, boss, why are we going to the Brave Stadium? But it's actually a really nice entertainment complex around the stadium. It was in November, lots of bars, lots of cool places to go. But everybody just tried to stick it to me. So screw you, Atlanta.
Do you hate Big Boss Man, The Walking Dead, and The Dukes of Hazzard?
No.
There you go. You don't really hate all Atlanta. You don't hate all Georgia, all Atlanta. There you go. Boss Man, bringing people together.
Boss is man. All right. What do we got up here next? We haven't had a really crappy couple of teams in a game yet, so maybe that's a victory for us. Jacksonville heading to Los Angeles to play the Rams. Let's see if the Rams can get right against the Jags. 13-point favorites.
They'll get right this week.
If they don't, we might eliminate them next week.
I'm not playing the song anymore. Then again, they lost 3 straight. Should probably bring the song back.
You might.
Sure. All right, wait. I'm gonna
do
bring
it.
Back. I'm gonna bring it back.
You might anger the fan base that maybe they're saying we don't need that song against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
3 straight. I haven't played the song.
Tim just jinxes all over the place. Yes.
Rams, baby, by 14.
Oh, the cover. They're covering.
They're covering. There you go. Good suit.
Raul said, "It's dumb." Yeah, YouTube. Yeah, we put all these songs together. We just produced that right backstage. Raul says, "I've been a Devils fan since '82, and the fan base took a while to be established." That makes sense. They're still doing it. I think still establishing. They got the guys from Seinfeld.
Got Putty. All
right. Next up, we have the Washington football team heading to second favorite team of Raul, and that's Vegas. Vegas is a 2.5-point favorite here. Who you got, Timmy?
Unfortunately, I got the foreskins. I think that Raiders Cowboy thing was a fluke, and I do think the Raiders are too much of a disaster. So I will go with the foreskins. That's my upset of the week. That's my only away team I think I picked so far. Did I? I don't know, but that's my upset of the week.
This is in Vegas. Oh yeah, you're pissing Washington. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm picking Washington. This is a coin flipper. I just think the Raiders thing was a fluke. That's all.
Yeah, no, I'm glad, but I'm just glad that the fluke was there.
That's Thanksgiving magic.
I'm gonna go here. Terzio says Oakland is gonna win. I am gonna go here with even though Terzio just attacked my basketball team, I'm gonna agree with him. I'm going the Raiders here, and I'm going. They're at home. Washington's got to travel east to west, and I feel like the Raiders just want to help us out 2 weeks in a row.
That'd be nice. I mean, I'll take the loss for that. I will.
Yeah. We'll anybody in our division, if we pick them, we will gladly accept that we were wrong about it.
Exactly.
The demise of the Pittsburgh Steelers could be happening. I have a neighbor here who's a snowbird, and I bought this house last September, and it was like, is this house for sale next to us? What's going on? And then they show up like early November. They still haven't showed up yet. I mentioned them because they're in Pittsburgh. Maybe they're depressed about what's going on with the Steelers, but the guy's a big Steelers fan. They travel back and forth. So I don't know if he's mourning Big Ben or what they're doing. But Baltimore is going to Pittsburgh, and they are a 3.5-point favorite here. So who you got?
I'm going to go with Baltimore, though I can definitely see Pittsburgh pulling one of those shenanigan moves on us. But I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens, the boring more Ravens.
One of the things that they were talking about on the Bill Simmons show was MVP odds. MVP odds. Really quick, Tom Brady has moved up to the favorite for MVP. Josh Allen is second.
He's played like shit 3 straight weeks. How did he move up?
Well, Aaron Rodgers is third, though he was further back. Kyler Murray, who hasn't played in 4 weeks, is fourth. And these are the odds, so this is not an exact science. Pat Mahomes is tied with Kyler Murray, and then Dak Prescott is 2, 4, 6. Dak Prescott was third. He falls to sixth, and then Jonathan Taylor is behind him, tied with Lamar Jackson. My question is, how do you throw 4 interceptions in a game and still be within the top 10 odds for MVP?
Well, listen, we talked about this a couple weeks ago also, that Lamar Jackson accounts for 85% of the Ravens' offense.
Yep.
That is a definition of an MVP to me.
We did talk about that last week.
I don't know about a league MVP, but he's definitely. I mean, you take him out of that Ravens lineup, they're done. 85%. That is, I mean, again, Ravens fans are, hey, that's great. No, that's not great. If he goes down, you're done.
That's it.
Done completely.
If he goes down, what are you going to do? Bring Joe Flacco back?
Bring him back.
Full circle, baby. Full circle. Yeah. So and rounding out the top 10 is Stafford at 9, Herbert at 10, and then there's a big drop or a big uptick in the odds for Derek Carr and Mac Jones. Mac Jones is 12th.
There's only 3 real contenders: Brady, Rodgers, Jackson. That's it. I don't want to hear anybody else.
Yeah, certainly after. I think Mahomes can find his way back into the top 3, and maybe. I also think I think Kyler Murray should be dropped out of here. Really, you miss a whole month of the season in the NFL.
Yeah, he's been out too long.
Now, if he comes back and he just goes off and his running game comes back because his running game fell off. Also, he was like 21 yards and 7 yards, more like 1 yard, a couple Tom Brady like running games. But I guess we'll see. I find it interesting how this just fluctuates and sometimes there's no rhyme or reason because Kyler Murray's missed a month. You wouldn't even think that he'd be near the top of the list here.
He shouldn't be near the list.
Yeah. I don't have any money on that.
Neither should Dak Prescott, not for nothing. His last couple touchdowns, don't forget, in that one game were fourth quarter bullshit touchdowns.
Basura.
The one against the Broncos.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to count those? Mm-hmm. I mean, come on.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir, I am going to that show, by the way. Oh, am I going to AEW in the new Islanders Arena? Yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I am. I will be there. I will get to critique the Islanders' new stadium, which I believe they haven't won in yet, if I'm not mistaken.
They hadn't up until a couple years. So I was talking to somebody about the different sports teams in New York, and it brought the Islanders, how they were good back then, but they were trash for so long, and now they're starting to come back. But then something happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Maybe I jinxed them. 49ers at Seattle. San Francisco 3.5-point favorite here. I know it's on the road, but Seattle's not playing well at home. So they're losing. I think they will have one home victory this year, which is weird. And San Francisco's playing better. We do have to monitor the Deebo Samuel situation. If he's out, that could cause a whole shit ton of agita for 49ers fans because he's been the running back and a wide receiver for them lately. So I'm going to go with the 49ers here. Timmy?
Me too. I think Seattle's just done.
We just eliminated them there, so they got to be done. They can't come back again.
Done.
Can't come back to life again. Sunday night. Now, these are the night games we like to have. Now, on paper, this game is a 10-point spread for the Chiefs at home. Denver's been playing better. Melvin Gordon is questionable. Quarterback is questionable because he does too much running. and he's a tiny little guy, Bridgewater. Chiefs are favored by 10. I'm going with the Chiefs here. Definitely going with the Chiefs here, but I think it's going to be. I think this is going to be a pretty close game. The Chiefs have stepped up their game on defense. Broncos are playing better on defense. The Chiefs' offense is not, what it was last year. So this could be a decent game here. But I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I would not take the 10 points though to cover.
No, I'm going to take the Chiefs to cover anybody right now.
Watch them win by 37. Terzio has them covering 32-12.
There you go. I'm going to go with the highly offensive Native American slang team to win that game.
The Chiefs.
Chiefs is okay. Redskins are bad. Braves good. Redskins are bad.
Don't say Braves good on this show. Raul says not confident, but the Chiefs will win. But why do I smell an upset by the Broncos? This is like if you're just looking at the rest of the season, you can pick the Broncos. Just straight up win this game.
Yeah.
if you look at
the way it's gone, shit. Oh yeah, definitely. Look, nothing would surprise me. Literally nothing would surprise me this year. The way it's gone.
There are so many different combinations that can be in the Super Bowl. Nuts. Monday Night Football, Timmy. Monday Night Football. The New England Patriots.
My brother-in-law has a seat right next to him. Everybody wants to go. He'll be there.
Tell Jacksonville boy.
Yeah, he'll be there Monday night. So
just leave him there. So, do you if you're a Bills fan here, do you block Bunker before the game?
Well, now. You block him 2 weeks ago.
He's talking 2 weeks ago. Yes.
Block him 2 weeks. I told Sam 2 weeks ago, block him. Block him now because you're not going to want to see the shit that's going to come out of his mouth now.
Oh, it's going to be awful.
And Chris, Chris, no offense to you. I know you're a fan, but I'd block you too if we were friends on Facebook. You're like, all right, gotta go. But I'm not a Bills fan, so it don't matter to me. I said they're gonna play two times. I think they're gonna split, and now I might have an opposite, but I'm gonna go with the home team on this one, and then I'm gonna go with the Patriots in the next one. So I'm gonna take the Bills to win this game. Close game, no blowout, very close game.
Yeah, I don't even think there's going to be a major lead, and I will say that if there is a major, like a big lead taken in this game, it might be the Patriots.
Yeah. I'm looking at like 17-10, 17-14, nothing
17-14, something like that.
Nothing crazy.
Belichick has nightmares about 17-14. So Brady. Yeah, because and I say it because there's and the Patriots are a better team than the Colts, but you look at these teams that have just tremendous running games, and you happen to get off to a 10-point lead, you can be done with it.
Yeah.
The Derrick Henrys, the Jonathan Taylors, the Barkleys when he's right. Those are the teams that can jump out to an early lead and just run the ball, and have a time of possession of like 35-12 or something crazy. I too will go with the Bills, even though I said all that. But I do think the Bills win a close game, like you said, 17-14, 20-17, 21-17, something like that. But it's going to be a nail biter. I hesitate to wager any of my hard-earned money on this one. Not going to do it. But Terzo says 27-21 Buffalo. Raul says 27-23 Buffalo. Yeah. I don't know what the over-under is on this game, but with the potential defense here, because the running game really for Buffalo is the quarterback and the third string running back. Well, Singletary's there, but Breida's been doing his thing back there. But the Patriots have Stevenson and the main guy, what's his name?
Moss, Beasley, all those guys. The running back, you mean?
No, yeah, the Patriots.
Rita?
I don't know who the hell. When I said I couldn't name one guy on that team.
It's
Stevenson. Name one guy on that team.
Well, it's almost like a situation with the Vikings. The one guy went down, and Stevenson just jumped in there and ran crazy. So.
Yeah, but I can name 5 Vikings. I can't name 5. I can't name one Patriot other than Mac Jones. Literally.
Jacoby Myers.
Is he on that team?
Yeah.
Is he? Jacoby Myers, the lawyer?
Yeah, no, I don't know that. No, Jacoby. And he spells it weird too. Jakobi.
Of course he does.
He's the guy who he hadn't scored a touchdown in his career until a few weeks, and he's the main wide receiver. And then he caught one in the end. He caught one, and they called it back for holding. And then when he finally did, the whole team celebrated with him in the end zone. So now he's got one more touchdown in his NFL career than we do.
Fuck.
And he's been playing for 3 seasons.
Hey, listen, all of our offensive linemen start catching, we'll be in good shape.
Yes. That's our go-to. That's our new go-to. Who's your leader in touchdowns? Left tackle.
Left tackle. How many? 2. 2. Kenny Golladay? None.
Oh yeah, nice job making sure Golladay gets in that end zone last week, guys. Really, listen. I don't often complain about signings from the Giants, especially on the offensive side of the ball. But 4 years, Timmy. I know it's not
going to blame him yet.
Well, the injury. If he'd stay on the field, then might be a little fragile stuff coming in here.
The Giants are fragile. I don't know if they have a bad medical department or they don't stretch before the games. Like, what the hell's going on with them?
Yeah, but then you see that the Titans lead the league in injuries, and they're
that doesn't seem like it.
They've used the most amount of players out of any team in the NFL. Terzio says his ex-wife is a former left tackle. How many touchdowns did she catch? All right, I don't see anything else that we missed here today, sir. What do you think? I think we did a damn No Russell Wilson. That's the theme.
This guy's garbage.
Russell Wilson is not. Talk to Timmy. Russell Wilson is not.
He's
is not welcome on the New York Giants team.
Persona non grata.
Hey,
not welcome.
Terzio, what are you talking about? Plenty. Oh, she caught plenty of touchdowns. Sorry. There's a little bit of a delay there. All right, so that'll do it for us in this week, heading into week 13, episode 13 of Unsportsmanlike Conduct. Timmy, anything?
Yeah, tune into We Stomped You Out to further, because I actually held it in today. It's going to get a lot worse tomorrow.
It was good, though.
Stomped You Out. It's going to get a lot worse on We Stomped You Out when we start talking about 33-year-old Russell Wilson for 2 first-round picks, and Jake from State Farm, and I don't know what else. It's just gonna be we're like a soap opera. This goddamn team. But tune in.
Terzio says, "When are you guys gonna do the infomercial show?" Last week.
That's not my show, man. That's Eric.
That's Eric.
Talk to A to Z. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
We're trying to get him a sign.
We got to do a part 3 because and there's so much more to talk about that.
Yeah, Terzio, it sounds like you missed one of them because you said infomercial show, so maybe you missed one.
Yeah, we did 2 of them already.
Yeah, if you go to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/popculturepros, get the full list, and you can go into the playlist for A to Z.
Is they baseball locked out officially?
At midnight tonight.
Oh, so no deal. So then they're going to lock out tonight then, but I think they're going to work it out.
Well, was it the commissioner? Or somebody said, "Oh, lockout might be good for the game."
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah, we got 3 hours and 19 minutes, and look, the guys they want to sign before the lockout, so you might see a flurry of moves. But this is a football show. We'll get to that on another show that we do. Anything else on your last words here?
No. Stay tuned for all our good shows, man. We're all here. Just this week we'll be back. We're waiting for it. It's a little slow right now. Wrestling. It's a little
wrestling slow.
It's a little slow. So we don't have much news to talk about, but we are going to bring back the old school stuff, talking about the old school stuff, and keeping the lookout for Shooting the Sith episode 2. I'm just waiting for Ed and Jason to let us know when we're going to do our famous watch the holiday special while taking an edible.
I will definitely tune into that bad boy.
Which if you've never seen me in that condition, I'm either going to fall asleep live on the air, and I'm going to tell Ed and Jason to leave me on the air, drooling, snoring. Just leave me for 2 hours, or I'm going to be so out of my mind that I won't know what's going on. So tune in for that. It's going to be fun.
That sounds very exciting. I like that's coming on our network. That's good. And Eric, maybe you get Eric on there too, on one of them things. My closing remarks are just enjoy another crazy week of football, because it's week 13. We got 5 after that, and then this first 18-week season will be over, and we're talking about playoffs. Still a lot. Playoffs. Yeah, you got 13 seeds with 5 victories that are 2 games out of the 3 seed. Unbelievable.
It's going to be a fun few weeks.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. It's going to be nuts. And I can't wait to talk about it for the next 6 weeks. So that'll do it for us today. Do we have a show? We Stomped You Out tomorrow. Granny's is going on Saturday this week. And then it sounds like the A to Z program will be back on Sunday, and then we will start the whole damn thing all over again. So, Timmy, appreciate you being my partner here as always. Russell Wilson, and we'll see you guys next week. We'll keep you up to date on all the happenings in the NFL, any injury news, any fantasy stuff in the Pop Culture Pros group. Until next week, peace.